Hello there, I'm Barbara Serra. These are the main stories on Al Jazeera. The Greek capital has been brought to a standstill as thousands marched in protest against government spending cuts. Civil servants launched a 24-hour strike, shutting schools, grounding flights and disrupting trains. They're angry at the government's cost-cutting measures, which will freeze salaries, reduce bonuses and change the pension system. The Greek government is under pressure to slash spending, and the Prime Minister has promised that the new measures will go ahead. Barnaby Phillips has more from Athens.
There is something of a tradition here in Greece. The government announces long overdue reforms. The civil servants, other vested interests come out onto the streets and protest. The government backs down and nothing much changes. This time, according to George Papandreou, it's different. Greece is in danger of going over the abyss, and that's why he has to push ahead with a tough austerity program.
The United States has imposed new sanctions on Iran. Treasury Department officials have announced a freeze on the U.S. assets of a general in Iran's Revolutionary Guard and several businesses that he controls for allegedly producing and spreading weapons of mass destruction. The British government has been forced to disclose secret information detailing what it knew about the alleged torture of one of its residents. BINYAM Mohammed spent time in Guantanamo Bay after being arrested in Pakistan in 2002. Judges rejected the government's claim that the U.S. would be less inclined to share intelligence if the information was released. The Afghan army is winding up the search for survivors at the scene of a series of avalanches. More than 2,500 people have already been rescued, but Afghan officials say hundreds more remain trapped in cars and buses. At least 166 people have been killed. The second blizzard to hit in 5 days has brought more strong winds and snow to cities up and down the U.S. East Coast. The U.S. government has been out of action for 3 days, and Washington remains under a blanket of snow. Well, those are the top stories on Al Jazeera. Don't forget that you can keep up to date with all the news on our website. The address, of course, aljazeera.net/English.